Tourists are mainly attracted by our warm hospitality. The people of Rwanda are known to be hospitable, but of course the country is also blessed with abundant wildlife, biodiversity that attract the tourists and also make our national parks very attractive. Ecotourism is the number one driver of tourism in Rwanda. Thanks to conservation is really central to our tourism development strategy, and also our MICE strategy, which is the meeting, incentives, conference and exhibition, which has been attracting a number of events and entertainment events, mainly sport events and conferences in Rwanda, and we're ranked second in Africa as the most popular destination. As I just said, ecotourism drives tourism in Rwanda, and the prime attraction that we're known for is gorilla tourism, as you rightly said. But while in Rwanda it's great to see the big five, we like to call ourselves the big six, because you can see the mountain gorillas, but also see the big five on the east of the country in the Kageruka National Park. The Kageruka National Park is not only known for the big five, but also for its conservation story, for the restocking and rewilding of the national park, with the reintroduction of some of the local extinct species like lions and black rhinos, and the recent introduction of white rhinos. But most importantly, ecotourism in Rwanda is also impactful to the people, because we have a community-led conservation policy that allows the communities living adjacent national parks to benefit from park revenues that are generated from all the parks across the country. So that makes Rwanda a sustainable tourism destination, and also attractive for its offering, but most importantly for the impact that the trip would make. Good segue to what I just talked about in terms of our policy and how conservation is really central to what we do when it comes to tourism. For example, when you are visiting the Volcanoes National Park, you have to, the Volcanoes National Park for the mountain gorillas, for example, you have to keep a certain distance, and that is in your briefing, because we are really cautious on making sure that we carry tourism, we conduct tourism in the best way possible that would have no negative impact on the environment. But most importantly, the country positioning is for low volume, high value, because we are a tourism destination that really that highly relies on ecological resources. We talked about the national parks, but we talk about the lakes, the different lakes, the wetlands, the wildlife that you find across the country. The only way to be able to responsibly have tourism conducted in the country to generate the right value while creating the right impact is through this strategy of low volume, high value, and that makes us sustainable as a country. And generally, when you come to the country, actually, you are not allowed to come in with plastic bags. Plastic bags are banned in the country since 2008. All these progressive policies make our destination sustainable. We work generally with the private sector in everything that we do. We bring along the private sector, and our policies are centered on private sector growth. And that said, all the policies and programs that we undertake in all sectors, before we talk about tourism, are all centered on making sure that the private sector is able to make the right relations, the right connections, and also be able to strive. And that's how we come also to the world travel market with the private sector, with travel trade, to be able to make meaningful connections with trade in source markets. We work closely with also platforms like this one to make sure that we arrange the right meetings for the travel trade, so that both sides are able to create memorable experiences for the guests that choose to come and explore Africa, and most importantly, Rwanda. I would say that we will increase the level of promotion of our sustainability. Would like the people that we attract to continue be the like-minded partners like we currently have, and those that will be working with us to make sure that the policy that we have to advance tourism sustainably is carried on for many years. But that's not all, because this will be speaking to the policies and the programs that we have to expand some of our national parks that speak to some of the challenges from successful conservation. For example, the Volcanoes National Park is going to be expanded by a certain percentage to allow the gorillas, but also the people, to benefit from conservation and tourism. And we will continue to attract sustainable tourism products across the country. In the Kagera National Park, we're talking about new lodges that are understanding the need for conservation, the need to have sustainable tourism, and also the development of new products along our lakeside destination, Lake Kivu, which is highly untapped. And we'll be launching by the end of the year a new product, a floating hotel, if I may say, that will allow guests to cruise the Lake Kivu for a number of days, coming from its southwestern border of the country to the northwestern border of the country in a luxury and sustainable way. All these are products that we continue to promote. But most importantly, as we talk about tourism, it starts in Kigali, in the capital city, which is Kigali. It's a MICE hub currently. It's continuing to growing as also a sports tourism hub, as we continue to develop infrastructure that allow for sports tourism. We have the BK Arena, that is a 10,000 seater, that will continue to host the Basketball Africa League, which is a continental league of all African clubs, basketball clubs. We've been hosting it for 3 years. We'll continue to host it for the next years. And renovated national stadiums across the country, and also in Kigali with increased capacity from 25,000 to 45,000. And that's not all, because we also have a golf course in Kigali that's a state-of-the-art a golf course, and of course the cricket stadium in Gahanga. All these are facilities that are positioning Kigali as not only as we currently know it as a conference hub, but rather as a fully fledged MICE hub with sports tourism at the center of its development.